We had about, I think, 75 students in the Zoom room. And the students that are slated to graduate at the end of this semester will be notified via email from John Jay around the middle of October. So they should be checking their emails around that time and also indicating their intent to transition to John Jay. Even if you have a student that may think that they're not going to go to John Jay for whatever reasons, they should still accept or indicate their interest in transitioning. It's easier for them to do it, to indicate their interest that way versus not responding to the email and then later on realizing that that's where they'd like to attend, but it's too late for them to transition. Also, if you have a student that may be graduating in the winter session, please encourage them to connect with the CUNY Justice Academy advisor, the QCC advisor, so that they're able to follow up with them, because the students would need to have their degree posted on their transcript prior to transitioning. And so if they're graduating in January, it's going to be very tight. It's going to be very difficult for them to transition in the winter session versus if they were graduating in the summer. I also wanted to just share with you on the topic of John Jay. I'm just going to share my screen here. On our website, we have a fully updated website for transfer. If you scroll down onto the transfer button, there is a section here dedicated to the students in the Justice Academy. There's also information here for the CJA advisor. So many of you may have known that we had Keisha Lewars as our justice advisor. She has since moved on to bigger and better things, and we now have a new person in that role, Vicky Key, and she can be contacted via email. And also students can log in to the Justice Academy virtual front desk beginning October 26th through the 4th of 2024. On Thursdays, they can log in and speak to the Justice Academy advisor and get their questions answered about the process, the transition process, or about the program itself. And with keeping with that topic of John Jay, I also wanted to share with you that we're working along with ASAP. ASAP is actually organizing a trip to John Jay coming up on October 20th. So this is something that you may want to share with your students as well, so that they can participate in that trip and tour of the campus. Next topic that I have, it's the National Transfer Student Week. So we will be celebrating our 4th year of doing this National Transfer Student Week activity. We have activities planned out from October 16th through the 20th. On October 16th, we'll be launching National Transfer Student Week by asking our colleagues, faculty, and staff to wear either a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, and I'm also seeing that there are masks, face masks, with the logo of your respective alma mater, because we're going to kick off with a t-shirt or sweatshirt day on October 16th, followed by many other activities that you can find on our calendar of events as well, which also includes a workshop on T-Rex, also a workshop about the prestigious transfer scholarships, which includes scholarships to Columbia University, CC Top, Queens College Transfer Honors Scholarship, and many more. Let's see, what else? Transfer scholarship season is opened now, beginning tomorrow, actually. The Jack Kent Cook Scholars Program will open. So any students that are eligible for Jack Kent Cook, if you know of any students, we encourage you to share the information with them. We also have that info on our website here. We have a full page on transfer scholarship opportunities. Are you seeing, I just changed it. I'm not sure if you're actually seeing the change that occurred. Could you just let me know if you're seeing the page with scholarship opportunities?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, great. So you can scroll through this. There are all listings of scholarships, which is also being updated by Miss Madeira. So in about another 2 weeks or so, this will probably look a little bit different with additional scholarships specifically to assist students transferring out to four-year colleges. We have two programs that we are partnering with, the Transfer Scholars Network, which is a most recent partnership. This partnership allows for our students to be connected to the admissions representatives from some of the highly selective colleges in the country, which includes Princeton University, Spelman, Johns Hopkins, Cornell, to name a few. You can always go to this site and check out that information there. Let's see, what else? I'm just going to put that in the chat. I also wanted to share with you information about TREX. So last year we organized quite a bit of training for TREX for staff, faculty, and students. And over the year, there have been some new updates and upgrades to the platform. And I think they're really good updates for students and even for advisors to be aware of. So the typical CUNY to CUNY by course equivalencies are still available, CUNY to CUNY by subject. You can also check that. But more importantly, students can log in and use their own transcript to see how courses would transfer within CUNY. And then there's also the non-CUNY courses, trainings, and exams. There's also equivalencies based on whether it's an AP or there's some military courses and trainings in there as well. And then students can also map credits to the CUNY major requirements. And then there's also another option where students or you, as an advisor, you can check to see how the CUNY major and minor requirements would be applied at the four-year college. A feature that's coming up, and it was supposed to have been launched in the fall, but because we are going to be transitioning to Navigate in the spring, it was tabled for the fall, but something that you should be aware of that will be coming up in the near future would be the transfer plans. And this is where a student would be able to log in and indicate what their transfer goals and plans are, from starting at Queensborough and then ultimately transferring out to a four-year college. The students would then be able to do about 4 transfer plans, and the goal of that would be at some point to have a working process where that information would be shared with staff on campus that would interact with students to be able to better guide them through their studies at the community college and ultimately on to the four-year institution. At some point, the four-year colleges would also have this information so that they could begin to have interactions with the students that are currently at the two-year colleges. So they could invite them to events similar to what happens with the Baruch Academy program, where Baruch has workshops and they invite our students that are enrolled in the Baruch Business Academy to participate. So there's a lot coming out of TREX. What else do I have? So I talked about the academic plans, the transfer scholarship season. I just wanted to go over a little bit with our transfer website. I'm not sure how many of the advisors visit our website by a show of hands. I'm just curious how many of you have visited our website, are a little bit familiar with it. Great, good. So I'm seeing a couple of hands. So there's a lot of information on our website that's accessible for advisors as well as for students. We are seeing students in person and online. We encourage students before requesting a one-on-one appointment with our office to either attend one of our virtual info sessions or to view our transfer overview presentation, which is also on our website. Students can also do a live chat support with us. So this is through Teams. So they can log in here. So for example, if you have a student in your office or virtually and they would like to have an appointment with us or to have a question about their transfer issues, they can hop on the live chat. We are typically in 365 most of the day, so we can connect with them that way, or they can call us, but it's easier if they do the live chat because we can easily access them that way. There's all general information here in terms of um, where a student can get additional information or questions answered if they have an issue with their application. If the student is having an issue with a CUNY application or a SUNY application, once it has been submitted, we encourage them to contact the processing center for both institutions directly because we're not able to really assist them once it's been submitted. If the application hasn't been submitted, we may be able to help them, so we can assist them in that sense. As we scroll down, you will see that we have the transfer section that has a lot of information, including the transfer timeline. So when you're working with your students, to encourage them to take a look at the transfer timeline, especially if they are first semester students, it breaks it down for them in terms of what they should be doing within that first semester or first 0 to 15 credits. And this is just to get them in the transfer frame of mind that this is something that ultimately will happen. So we want to start laying the foundation early so that they'll have plans set in motion that when they get to the 30 and 45 credit, they've already done the research necessary. They've already met with career advisement and have a clear picture as to what it is they'd like to do with their time in terms of studies and going on to the four-year college. And then we also give them some information about what happens after they're graduating. On the exploration side, this is where students can get information about exploring transfer. And this is the first presentation for a student in their first year, and it outlines what they should be doing within that first year. We also have a workshop or a presentation that's online that covers what a student who is currently at the 31 credit, 31st credit, what they should be thinking of doing so that they can have a smooth transition upon graduation. And then we have everything combined in one transfer overview from 0 credits to 60 credits. And then we also have the transfer overviews that are designed specifically for the areas of studies. So business majors, health-related science majors, if you have a student that falls in any of those categories, you can point them to these presentations. So it gives them a full overview of the programs that are available to them in that major. Also gives them general information about the transfer process. And then if you also have a student that may be not sure of what types of questions to ask a college representative, we also have a link with some questions or talking points for students to have when they do meet with a college representative. We had our transfer fair a few weeks ago, which was our first time doing it in person since the pandemic. It was well attended. We had about over 200 students attend that fair. And I think, that having these questions helps a student to be able to feel more comfortable and confident in addressing college reps when they're meeting with them, or even if they're in a virtual setting, they have these questions at their hands ready to be able to ask. I talked about the scholarships already in terms of what's available and more information about scholarship opportunities. We also pair this section with the Writing Center. A lot of our students typically aren't aware that we have a writing center that can assist them with fine-tuning their college essays. So we tie that together and make that referral. We also have our link for our calendar of events that's listed here. And this link never changes. What changes would be the events. So you can always share that link with a student if you're not quite sure about what's being offered for that particular week. In general, every week we're offering a transfer overview session for students, or if we were closer to the application deadline dates, we offer a transfer application um, info session. What we are not able to do is to assist students on a one-on-one basis in terms of completing the application, primarily because it is one where they have to log into their own account and to complete the application. And also it's an issue of resources as well. So we try to offer as many workshops as possible so that we can do it in group settings, and also to have the videos available that a student can review. In the tools section, we have information about the transfer what if, and this lets students see how their credits taken at CUNY can transfer into another CUNY school. And this is primarily based on a student logging into DegreeWorks. We have information about TREX. We also have the link to the SUNY course equivalency table. So sometimes students may have an interest in going to SUNY. They can check it out here. Any of the SUNY schools that have the tables up, it's linked here. We also have information about the Baruch College Zicklin School of Business requirements listed here, as well as on other areas on the QCC website. But there's also the Zicklin Transfer Explorer, which is specifically geared for Baruch College, the School of Zicklin, the business school. So a student can also log in here or click on the link and check to see how their courses will align at Baruch College. And so we also, scrolling further down, we have the dual joint degree agreements. And we try to make sure that everything, we're working to make everything be updated on the website so that what you're seeing is accurate information in terms of the agreements that's listed. I will kind of click on the Business Academy for forensic accounting. If you click on that link, it takes you to the website for that particular major. And if the student is interested in the transfer agreement, you can click on that as well. And here you'll see a full outline of the transfer major. So if a student graduates from Queensborough, this is the major that they'll be transferring into at John Jay for the dual joint program. There's a contact information. There's a link to the college website at John Jay, the effective date of the agreement, and it's still in effect. There's also a link for scholarship information, and then the outline of the agreement itself. Maximum, the number of credits granted towards the degree, admissions requirements, and pretty much all of the agreements are set up this way. So it's pretty straightforward and simple for advisors and also for students to be able to read through to see what's required for the major. And you'll see the transfer equivalency table. So a student who's looking at this, or anyone who's looking at this, will see that if they completed the English course at Queensborough, what the equivalent course name and title and the number of credits would be at John Jay. And so you could scroll down, and then if there are any additional notes about that particular agreement, it will also be listed here so that you and your student will be aware of what's required for that particular program. Let's scroll down. So I wanted to also share with you here the transfer articulation agreements. If you click on any of these buttons, these logos for the academies, it actually takes you to a listing of the articulation agreements that are currently active. So under business, you could see what's available. We've also indicated the ones that are new by a little icon here. So you can see the new ones as they come in. Miss Madera breaks them down so that it is student friendly and easy for a student to understand. And then we upload it. She inputs it into the database, and then it reads to the website. Same is true for the health related sciences. Whatever is new, we indicate it here. And so you can always scroll down to get that information. I will just try to put that here as well, so you have that link. And I think that is it for transfer. Miss Madera, I know that you may have something to add to this as well.
Yes, actually, so what I want to add is that currently I am updating the website as we speak. And so, although Ms. Rod has shared so much with you right now, things are going to be a little bit clearer, broken down, a little bit more digestible, both for you and for students. So, you're going to see those changes pretty soon within the next few days, and the new scholarship database will be available probably by the end of next week. We have over 40 transfer scholarships that we have found for our students. So if a student has mentioned to you that they're interested in a private college or a SUNY college, it's far away, and a reward is required, please have them check the scholarship page. Scholarships are not only based on merit, GPA, but they're also based on financial need, as well as majors. There happen to be a lot of scholarships based in STEM right now. So please keep that in mind. If you see a student who wants to go beyond CUNY or even within CUNY, that their scholarship money is available, they should check that out.
Great. Thank you guys. Wow. Ton of updates. A lot to take in. Good thing this thing's recorded.
Ah,
Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Lenny. Next up is Lena from Bursar. Hi, Lena.
Morning, everybody.
Thanks for your patience.
Oh, no problem. It's good information. My name is Lena. I'm from the Bursar office. We are also known on campus as Account Services. The reason for the change, it's been about maybe 2 years, is that we are not just about the bill for the semester. We're here to help students pay the bill in more than one way, not necessarily just out of pocket. We are still located in the admin building on the first floor, room 118. We don't require an appointment. Students can come in. It's a walk-in basis, and they can see a counselor to sit down and review their account. We will help them file for financial aid. We will help them fill out a FAFSA. They don't need an appointment for that. So if anybody is telling you they're struggling with the application, please send them down and we'll assist. We have computers, student-used computers in our office that'll help students file FAFSA, federal aid, and TAP, New York State aid. For students who are non-residents and need a certificate of residency, if they're having trouble filing for the certificate of residency with their county, they can do it. We can't do it for them, but they can do it from our office on the student computers, and we will guide them on the application for non-residents. Veteran students, we work closely with the Veteran Affairs. I'm the one who does the account, well, Kendra bills, and we post the payments. And if veteran students have any questions about their chapters or eligibility or how the chapters work together with financial aid, please send them down. I come out to account services to see them personally and assist the veteran students. Now, after everything has been filed, after the FAFSA has been done and the TAP has been filed, then we actually get down to the bill. We will help the student review their charges and to see whether financial aid would be sufficient to pay for the bill or whether they need to start a payment plan or a one-time payment. We can help them set up the payment plan. So for spring, for the continuing students, Sometime in November, we don't have the dates yet. Sometime in November, a 6 month payment plan will open up. We encourage those that need it to take a 6 month payment plan because that's the longest and that means it's the lowest per month. If they're continuing students into spring, they know how much financial aid they'll have. It's pretty much the same as they've had in the fall, unless they're losing some of the aid. We know if they'll have a balance. If they had one for the fall, perhaps they'll have one for the spring. We can help them set up a payment plan. The longer they wait, the shorter is the payment plan, the larger is the payment per month on that payment plan. In addition to the payment plan, if a student is expecting a refund, we ask everybody to advise the students to enroll in direct deposit. Not only it's a quicker way to get a refund, it's also a safer way so that we don't have to trace a check that's lost in the mail. Refunds are posted on Friday, so if they have direct deposit, it's an overnight refund on a Friday. If we're mailing a check, then central office is actually sending it out on a Friday, and then it's up to the mail as long as it'll take. And then if they don't receive it, it's a tracer, a hard copy tracer to say I didn't get it, and that's another 2 weeks at least. So direct deposit is the way to go for those who are expecting refunds. If they're having a hard time completing the direct deposit form on the student center, please send them down to our office and we'll guide them through the direct deposit. A few students put down their debit card information, and that's probably the biggest mistake. It's not a credit card information, it's not a debit card information that goes in direct deposit. They need their account number and they need their routing number. If they're doing it from your office, we ask that either you help them or just send them over. They don't need an appointment. Come sit down with us. Students who are on vouchers on third-party billing, be it a scholarship letter or an employer voucher, anyone other than parents, parents aren't considered third parties, but any outside organization that's potentially paying for the entire semester or part of the semester, the hard copy vouchers are due at the start of the semester. So if a student mentions that I may have an employer or someone else provide me with a voucher for any amount of dollars, we ask that the voucher comes to our office for billing purposes. And then we have to take a look at how that will play into financial aid. So perhaps they'll be getting a refund, and along with a voucher, they'll have to have direct deposit. Tuition and fees are per credit under 12 credits, flat rate above 12 credits. There's no limit on our end as to how many credits, so whether a student takes 12.1 or 21.1 or 25, it's still a flat rate as long as the advisement team and the academic team approves that number of credits that the student is registered for. The tuition goes to flat rate at 12 credits and up. It is per credit under, so 11.9 credits or less, it's $210 per credit for New York City rates. For the students who are looking to contact us, we answer emails within 24 hours, 5 days a week. And our email, I'll put it in the chat. It's bursar@qcc.cuny.edu. Please share it, give it out to the students. We pick up the box. We will reply to them. If they're asking about account information, then they have to write to us from their QCC email. It's the FERPA. We do not release specific account information to emails outside of CUNY First accounts. But if they're emailing with general information, then any email will work and we'll respond to them. Come visit us if you haven't seen the new account services. It looks very different from what it was 3 years ago in the Bursar office. It's open space. Counselors are available. You come in and you'll see counselors waiting for students to come in, sign in, and you'll be assisted. That's my presentation. If anybody has any questions, you can put it in the chat. I'll pick it up. I'll stay for the duration of the entire presentation. Thank you, everybody.
Hi,
Thank-
Lena.
Go ahead.
Hi, sorry, thank you. Hi, Lena, it's Arthur. How are you?
Hi, Arthur.
One thing I've noticed this past go around is I had a student in that withdrawal period the week between the first day of the semester and the 31st where they can add or change classes, and they needed to change classes. I was able to, as long as I kept them above 12 credits, I think we did like 6-7 changes, and because we needed to shift like their entire academic plan because they changed their major. And they weren't charged for anything except like those $18 fee. Is that what we can expect moving forward in general?
Okay, so yes, yes and no. For the students to swap, so let's backtrack.
Mhm.
Students register on a given day,
Mhm.
and each registration carries a due date.
Mhm.
The initial registration for the semester, so taking into consideration that we're approaching registration for spring 24
Mhm.
sometime this month, that first class that the student will take on a given day will drive the due date. So if the student registers mid-October, they'll have a due date.
Mhm.
Changing classes, completely withdrawing, adding different classes doesn't give them a new due date. They'll still have that original due date because they began the registration process
Mhm.
on that due date. Once the due date passes
Mhm.
and they didn't settle their bill, either have financial aid against it or paid or enrolled in a payment plan or provided us with a voucher or came in and said, this is the plan of what's coming down the pipeline of how I'll pick up my bill, they will get a hold. The hold prevents the student from making changes to their schedule. They can drop, but they cannot add, which essentially blocks swapping because swap means you leaving one class and going into another class until you resolve the bill, which had a due date, which had passed. If the bill is resolved and the hold is removed, the student can then proceed with the swap, the add, and the drop. If it's done within that first week, and those are all swaps done within one transaction, and the student remains above 12 credits after all transactions are completed, then the only charge, so the tuition stays flat rate as they
Mhm.
remain above 12 credits, and the only charge is $18. It's called a change of program fee. The charge is for the swaps, for the transactions that occur on a given date. If the next day the student says, well, I'm going to change it again, it's a different day, they're going to pick up a change of program fee again. So every
Mhm.
day they'll play with their schedule for that first 7 days. It's a transaction, not each swap and a drop, but within a given day. So sometimes you'll see an account with 3 $18 program change fees. That's because during that week of drop and add period, the student was altering their classes back and forth, leaving one going into another and etc., or leaving completely, and then they pick up the program change fee of 18. If they go below 12 credits, the bill recalculates prorated per credit plus a change of program fee, as this is still the drop in add period for the first week.
Okay, yeah, no, I meant more in terms of the line, let's say the first day of class is the 25th, the last day to add or change class is the 31st. So let's say the student comes in on the 27th and they want to change astronomy lecture and lab for, let's say, a biology 140. So the way that schedule builder is set up, you would have to either enroll the student into bio 140 first and then drop the PH 111 and 112, or drop the PH 111, 112, and then add bio 140. Because a lecture and lab, they have to go together, and it's, I guess, the way it's written on the back end, it just has to do that. So what I'm saying is, as long as we do the first one where we keep them in, let's say the PH 111, 112, until we get them into the bio 140, then drop the bio we get them into the bio 140, then drop the astronomy 111 or 112. Is that just going to be an $18 charge as long as we keep them at 12 or above?
Is the credit value of the two courses the same?
Yes, but the
So
thing is,
then,
again, you're adding first and then withdrawing, because the system will not allow you to do 2-for-1 swap.
oh, I see. So that's a technical.
Yes.
You have anybody that you did that for? This
Yes.
past drop ed?
Yes, I was
Can you
actually,
not here? Can you email me the ID? I just want to track whether it was processed as a swap or a drop in an ad. The
yes,
way
and I
you
actually,
make it sound, it's a drop in an ad, but I want to see it.
yeah, no, I did. I'll definitely, we can talk about it after, but yeah, from what I saw, even looked a day later, just kind of make sure it refreshed, and they were just charged the $18, and there was like
But
6 transactions happening that
correct.
day.
So technically, yes, yes. So it is now. Now that you said it, it is a drop. Yes, it cannot be a swap. It's a drop and an add, but
Mhm,
because the student maintains 12 and up,
mhm.
you don't see the proration for the drop.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I'm saying is that.
However, if that particular student was to go below,
Mhm.
you would have a 25% for the drop and 100% charge for the add.
Okay, no, that makes sense, but that's what I was saying is,
Yes,
so
it's
as
a
long as,
drop and an add.
yeah, so that's why I was making sure, as long as we add the class and then swap, as long as we keep them at 12, we can do as many changes as we need to, right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
no, because that was my thing, because I'm like, if they change their major, we needed to change their entire course
Same
load.
day, same
Yes,
day, or else it's 18
per
for the
day.
drop, 18 for the add. So
Yes.
same day. Yes. And
So
it's 12 and over, you're at flat rate.
okay, and is the 18 the change of program fee? Is it $18 for the entire day? So like they can,
That's what it seems like.
okay.
Because most of them go in, spend half an hour or so, play around with the schedule, in, out, swap, select the better
Mhm.
schedule, select the better courses that fits them, and they don't really do it all day long. So yes,
But
18, and that picks up all the transactions that the student does on that given day.
okay, yeah, because I thought it was, per transaction, but it seems like
No,
it's,
no, no,
yeah, so this is awesome. Thank you.
no problem.
Okay, any other questions? Because we're running a little behind, so we just, all right. All right, thank you, Lena. Appreciate it.
Will, if she could just put the telephone number for Bursa, I just want to make sure that I still have the same number, please.
Okay, she's got you. All right. All right, moving on, we have Ray Vavel from Student Activities. Hi, Ray. Are you there?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm just trying to
Okay.
get. Hey,
There
good
you
afternoon.
go. There you go. Okay. Welcome. Thanks for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank you. My name is Ray Volel. I'm the student life specialist. I work within the Office of Student Activities, and basically, what we do is we get students involved in extracurricular activities outside of the classroom. Those activities can include social events like parties, educational events, and cultural events. We are also responsible for the clubs. A lot of students want to get involved in clubs, so if they do, they come and see us. We can fit students in existing clubs, and if a student has an idea for a new club, then we can help them create that club. What else? What else? What else? We also advise student government. So if someone is interested in, if a student is interested in being part of student government, then they would come to our office, and we would help them to get involved with student government. What else? What else? What else? We're basically open. We're basically open Monday through Fridays. From Monday through Thursdays, our office is open from 9 a.m. to 6:45. And then on Fridays, we are open from 9 to 5 p.m. Within our office, the student union building where we're located, we have like microwaves for students. So in case students want to bring food and they want to heat it up, they can come to the SUL. We have an ATM if students need to withdraw money for anything. We have computers. We have a meditation space. So if students want to meditate or if they want to pray, we have a space for them. We also just got a wudu station. So for our Muslim population, if they have to take care of their needs, they can do that there. Do I have any questions or anything? Pretty quiet. No questions?
When student elections?
Student elections, those are happening in the spring. Yeah, we will send out an email to like the entire student body, and hopefully we get a nice pool of students who want to run.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you, Ray. Any other questions? Okay. All right. Thanks, Ray.
You're welcome.
We're going to shift gears a little bit. I'm going to Jamal Biggs will be have a few words for us to give us some updates on the Men's Resource Center. Hi, Jamal, are you there?
I am here. Good morning, everyone. So I'm the director of the Male Resource Center at Queensborough Community College. I just wanted to kind of just jump in really quickly just to give you all like some information. So when you're meeting with your students that you can share with them. So we have a couple of events coming up. We have our barbershop day that we're going to try to do every semester. So we're going to actually have two this semester. The first one is actually going to be on October 16th. The students should all start receiving marketing information and flyers and information from the marketing department here on campus. So you'll start to see it on TVs and on social media accounts. So that's going to be October 16th from 2 to 5 p.m. We're also going to have a financial literacy workshop that's going to specifically focus on how to pay for college, which is going to be important for students to kind of plan out their futures for now and when they transfer to a four-year college. That's going to be on October 18th. And that is going to be from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. And that's going to be inside of the Queensborough Male Resource Center. So, of course, the Male Resource Center is located in the student union in the upper level, so right above where Ray is. So we'll be there. And then we have a bunch of other events and activities coming up. So we have an event coming up with Career Services. It's going to be a collaborative event where we're going to do professional headshots. So any students looking to get any professional photos that they can use on LinkedIn and Handshake that we use here on campus, that'll be on November 8th. That's tentative because we had to move that date now, but it will be November 8th from 2 to 5 p.m. So ultimately, when you meet with your students, if anyone is interested in joining our program, we have a peer mentorship program associated with our BMI program, our Queensborough Male Resource Center, and our QCC XL program. The QCC XL program, I know it's not something that a lot of you are pretty familiar with, but the QCC XL program is a program specifically just for Black males who have had any type of breaks in their education. So if they started late or if they were attending classes and had to stop and then want to return back to the college, or for our population of students who are currently on probation, we look at those students who could potentially end up taking a break and we start providing them with support services as early as possible. We have faculty mentors, we have peer mentors, we have a lot of different workshops and events, culturally enrichment events. that takes place that we have students get invited to. And with the QCCXL program, if those students are joining and participating in those events, they receive a monthly Metro card. So I just wanted to make sure I got that out for QCCXL. The BMI program also falls under the Male Resource Center, where that's a networking opportunity. We have our BMI conference that's actually going to take place this Friday at Queens College. It's also in the second half going to be a career and internship event for students looking to get a job. If they are interested, they can actually register for that event on the Hoover app. And be able to attend. They will have interviews and job placement on the spot for some companies. So if any students are looking to do that, that's going to be this Friday. It's from 9 to 4, and the career internship fair is in the latter half in the afternoon, so around like 12 to about 3. Sorry, I didn't want to take up too much time. Hopefully I got everything in there. If anyone has any questions, you can definitely email me or come and see me at the Queensboro Male Resource Center.
Anytime, Jamal. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Next we have Janielle Allen from CUNY Edge.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, William, for inviting me. So
Sure.
I'm just gonna briefly go over CUNY Edge, what it is that we do. Also give some updates for things that may be impacting you interacting with some of the students. So CUNY Edge is one of the student support services. We're located in the library building in room 440. Our operation hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 in person, with Tuesday being our late day, 5 to 7 remote. We provide an array of different services for our students, from secondary academic advisement, personal and career development advisement. And also each one of those areas, we do a seminar series and also a career workshop series. The program offers just a CUNY Edge program offers a Mitsui scholarship that's offered to all CUNY Edge students across the different 18 campuses. We offer our students with semester incentives, assistance with paying for in-session tuition and some past due bills, advocacy on and off campus, as well as referrals on and off campus. We have programs that are offered through HRA, which we are a partnership program with, which is our fellowship work program, as well as through HRA, students are eligible to receive transportation money. Let me correct this because it's an update. Non-ASAP students are eligible to receive transportation money, as well as all of our students are eligible for childcare if those services are needed. For our seminar series, we have a number of workshops that are coming up. We have our career development workshop series that's going to begin actually this Thursday, and then we're going to start at the basics of careers. What is the difference between a job and a career? And then we're going to progress throughout the semester. We have a semester planning webinar that is coming up to assist students with making and creating their schedules for next semester. Since CUNY Edge is offered on all 18 campuses, both 2 and 4 years, we create degree maps with the students and have them go to a transfer fair, a CUNY Edge transfer fair, where they get to meet their 4-year schools administrators for the CUNY Edge program, as well as some various different offices for whomever attends that transfer day. In addition to that, later on this semester in November, we have a CUNY Edge town hall, just giving the students updates of the different things that will be going on in the CUNY Edge program. As I mentioned, CUNY Edge is a partnership program with HRA. And during the pandemic, HRA, for anyone who doesn't know what HRA stands for, it's the Human Resource Administration, office, who provides public benefits for city residents. During the pandemic, they waived all of their activities that were required of their clients. Since October 2nd, so basically Monday, they have lifted this waiver, which means that there are going to be a lot of students that are here that have never responded to CUNY Edge outreach, so they never became a part of the CUNY Edge program, and they're going to come in, or they possibly can come in and ask you, hey, where do I need to go? I got this new form. William, can I share?
Yes.
Okay, let me share that form so you know what it looks like. So if they bring it in, you can just send them across the hallway or send them next door. Where are you? Okay, can everyone see? Excuse me, can everyone see?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this is basically what the form looks like. It's just going to have the headers up here for HRA, and it's going to say it's a training enrollment letter. A lot of students, as I said, who have been here since 2021, let's say, to stay on the safe side, they have never received this letter before. They have never had to do this. So they may come with some questions and being unsure about it. So I just wanted to be able to show you guys the form before you may have a student that comes in that's asking for that. And there are a significant amount of students here on campus since 2020 fall semester that I know are receiving benefits and have never come through this office. So they will be coming to possibly coming to your offices or asking questions. I've put in the chat the CUNY Edge email, as well as my direct calendar information and the telephone number for the program that students can call at any time or make an appointment, directly make an appointment with me to get these paperworks and to do an orientation with the program. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so I'm going to take the silence as a no. Thank you for inviting me, William, to discuss the program.
Thank you so
Everyone
much
have a
for
good day.
you too. Thank you so much for your time. Okay. Next
You're
up,
welcome.
next up is Dr. Wilma Fletcher Anthony from counseling. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good morning. We have 2 minutes more of the morning. Thank you so much. Good to be here. Good to see everyone and at least, names and stuff like that and be able to share information. The counseling center, as you know, is in the library building, room 422. We have been offering services remote throughout the lockdown, and we have been phasing back in. So now we are open, physically present, and we are providing services remotely as well as in person. Our remote time is 5 to 7 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Otherwise, at other times, students can get services according to the modality that they prefer. Sometimes students are off campus and they want to meet up with a counselor during their lunch break or from their car, and we have flexibility for that. We also want you to know that we have a lot of resources and guidance on our website. So if I could share that, then I would just like to go over the website. I have been meeting.
You're free to share.
Thank you. I've been having a faculty and staff consultation hour. They were scheduled, and I just scheduled a new series. If you look on the events calendar, you'll see them coming up. And developed this series based upon feedback from a faculty survey in the spring, as well as from what staff colleagues have been saying to me as to what they need to provide services to students. So I would invite you also to look at those and attend when they come up as maybe relevant to you. They are set up so that I do half an hour of content and half an hour of discussion of whatever your particular concern is. And the website situation is important because I have had faculty and staff consultation hour in which colleagues have told me they were not familiar with our website. So I just pretty much go towards our website. And it would be lovely if I could find it. I had it there. Okay. Okay. So there was a time when the counseling center website was really buried under everything. And then we got it placed right up front. So it is right there. So if you go to our website, you have all the information on what we provide. There's a CUNY text line that we can share with students if they have a crisis and they want to do chat. It's a confidential crisis text line. We have been sharing Together All, which is a peer mental health support group. It's social media for mental health and with oversight of a mental health professional, so that students are not interacting with therapists, but they're interacting with one another and they can form their own groupings. But it has oversight from a mental health professional. So if any keywords come up like suicide or dying or so on, then they can reach back out to the campus because students have to register with their college email. So this is something that you can share with students. I have little cards in my office too. If you want to put them in your office, that would be great. And here's, where we are and what time we do the work that we do for meeting with students. We are so excited that the crisis lifeline, previously called the suicide hotline, is now 988 instead of a very long number that nobody could possibly remember when they're in crisis. We want to remind people that if it's after hours and a student mentions suicide, you want to reach out to public safety. If a student also tells you that they're thinking of hurting anybody, being violent, doing anything else during the daytime, please reach out to public safety. I want to share with you how to refer a student. There have been times in the past that people have called and left messages, or they email a particular counselor to say, can you reach out to the student? Then that counselor may have to reach out to somebody else because that counselor may or may not have availability. And so when you use the counseling referral form, then we get to have the student connected with the first available counselor as soon as possible. Notice that this reiterates that if there's any talk of suicide outside of office hours, to contact public safety by phone, because they are the only entities that we have that work 24/7. And it also has other resources that you can provide to students, like the National Suicide Prevention and Crisis Lifeline. And we recommend that you just provide that to students. We ask you for students' name and EMPL, students' email, and students' preferred phone number. So if you're going to refer a student to counseling, you want to have a conversation with the student, because somebody from our office is going to call the student and say, your academic advisor referred you to us, and we'd like to see when you're available for an appointment. We also ask for your information so that we can reach back out to you and say, what caused you to send this student to us? What did you see? What was your experience? So we know that we are connecting with what you saw, in addition to anything else that the student may bring in. Because a student may come in and we ask them what's going on, and why they think that they were referred, and they will tell us whatever, and it may or may not match with what you saw. So we ask for how we can contact you and for your availability. Under the reason for referral, we just have personal or academic and just a check mark. We have had situations in the past where colleagues have written really long, thorough narratives about students' personal information, and we would really prefer to avoid that. And then when you send it, when you submit it, you get an automated response to say we received it, and then our front office staff follows up on it and connects the student with a counselor. Any questions on that? Okay, let me go back. I want to also draw your attention to the resources that you can share with students listed right there, resources and hotlines. So feel free to share any of these resources with students that cover a wide variety of issues that students bring to counseling and may share with you as you sit with them and try to figure out their way forward. We added a whole bunch of drug-related resources recently, and we have LGBTQ resources and resources for homelessness and food insecurity and other issues. I want to draw your attention to the area we have just for you. And this is where our workshops are housed, and the workshops that were set of workshops just ended, and there's another one coming up. So I just had these put in, so the faculty and staff consultation hour workshops will be linked under that area. As you know, we are not able to provide direct services to our colleagues, to you. And I would really strongly recommend that for your own personal wellness, that you reach out to CCA. I've had really great feedback from faculty and staff who have reached out, and they have been able to get a therapist in a very timely manner. Not face-to-face so much. Most people are doing a lot of remote work now. There's also this great resource on our website, which is Cognito. It was initially created just for faculty, and then they expanded it to faculty and staff. And it has a login there, and it asks you to create an account and use the enrollment key, which for us is QCCARUF. It has scenarios and situations that may come up with students, and it generates potential answers and asks you to choose. And then it provides you with feedback on that. So it's fun, and it also provides you with some insight as to how you can interact with students around issues that may not necessarily require them to go to counseling, but just to be human together and to have a conversation. So I would recommend to everybody to, log on and just spend some time. If you can do half an hour here and half an hour there and play around with it and get familiar. It was paid for by CUNY with CARES money. So that is going to be done the end of this year. So come the end of December, we won't have that resource anymore. Okay.
Wow,
Any
that's great to know.
questions?
That's
Yes.
because there's been a lot of, me personally, I've had many situations, and I know a lot of advisors will have stories too about students in dire situations like that, where they expressed those things and, they needed to be reported, and it's something that you can't dismiss. You have to take it very seriously.
Yes, so we encourage you to, direct students to us. If you're in the area, if you're on the campus, it's fine. We just invite you to walk a student in, and we can connect the student with somebody or to do the referral, but to provide us with the opportunity to meet with a student. And also if you do Cognito, then you have an additional kind of resource to help you to interact with students, because some things can be really scary. And remember that if there's any threat of violence or anything like that, public safety is it. And if a counselor is called out of the office, I have asked our colleagues to just ask an officer to accompany them, because things can escalate pretty quickly and unexpectedly.
Right.
Okay. Any questions or concerns? All right, well, thank you, and I look forward to seeing some of you at the different faculty and staff consultation hours for the rest of the semester.
Great, thank you for the resources, especially
Have-
for the staff too.
Yes,
I really appreciate that.
yes.
Um,
All right,
okay.
have a good afternoon. Thank you.
you too, thank you for coming.
Okay, bye.
Okay, this has been a quick training. I think a lot of us are, you know, we're busy with other things, I know, but it's always great information. Last but not least, I would like to introduce Anjali Ramhani. She is our new advisor for CTE through the Perkins Grant. Hi, Anjali, nice
Hi,
to meet
everyone.
you.
Hi, everyone. My name once again is Angela Ramdani. I'm working under the Perkins Grant, currently placed in Academy Advisement as the advising specialist focusing on new student entry with degree mapping. Perkins Grant is funded through the New York State Education to Serve Education with CTE students, Career and Technical Education Program. This encompasses all of the AES degrees as well as some certificate program and non-credited training. NYSED provides that CTE programs are a good fit for some students, so they are providing funding that's used to support these programs. The director of the Perkins Grant, as some of you may know, is Josephine Stigler and Assistant Director Amy Chowdhury. This funding has allowed programs like engineering, technology, medical assistant, music production, and massage therapy to offer free certificate examination, preparatory workshops, funding for updated equipment, and other supplementary support based on department needs. Our goal in RISE is to support these departments to provide free personalized planning to support students and these programs to support recruitment, retention, completion, and employment readiness to students in these AES degrees. Because we work so closely with departments, faculties, and chairs, we can do career exploration with students who are not yet enrolled but may be interested in one of these degrees, or with students who are undecided and want to dig deeper in these degrees and help identify who they are and what are these a good fit for them. We often post very specific informational sessions where faculty of some of these programs may present current and prospective students on what they may be expected to see in the programs. We work in depth with these students to identify their strengths, challenges, interests, and customize our support to help them be engaged. We have reached out to student success advocates and bodies in these programs and departments who provide students with additional support to ensure their academic success. The RISE program also offers workshops to AES students around employment readiness, including resume, job research, interviewing, and group sessions that focus on specific workshop skills for their industries. We also provide tailored employment readiness support to connections with opportunities that are specific to their majors. We continue to work and create more direct pathways for students for graduation for employment. We use career action plans to help identify these career goals and all activities required to meet these goals. We've had technology healthcare partners present these companies to students and apply them with the skills they need to work behind the scenes and help apply and get ready for these jobs. The best way to refer students to our programs, if you are enrolled in AES degrees, we would love to meet with them, and we have flyers and contact info on our RISE website that we can provide, and I will share after this. The RISE program is known as the Road to Interdependence and Students Excellence Program. This is done through career exploration to help match and find the best fit for students. I can show the website. So these are all of the degrees that we provide: architecture, art, technology, communication, finance. And with this, you're able to see the career coach where we can find the best fit for students. With this, we're able to find different jobs and different areas students may be interested in they don't know about as yet. I will stop sharing this. But this can all be found on our CTE website. It is, as well as with RISE, where students will be able to sign up for the intake and we'll be able to reach out to them and provide them with some more information on that if they are interested in joining. The RISE Council is something that's very important as well, where students are encouraged to take place and lead practice workshops and provide them with soft skills that be able to use in the workplace, as well as space to share appropriate opportunities that students can align interests and programs of study, such as internship and activities they'll be able to use. This includes resume writing, internship opportunity, and we spoke about career exploration. We also have invitations to some of these events, such as resume writing, conflict management, online interviewing skills, and leadership skills. A lot of these workshops are allowed and provided throughout the semester, and you'll be receiving emails that will allow you to reach out to provide these with the students. We'd love to share any services with the students, such as medical assistant, nursing, engineering, technology, business media production, and many more. We are also looking to work with students who show interest in these majors and want to explore them further. Please, if you need any students or further information on RISE or CTE, please reach out to me and I'll be able to give you some more information on that individually. Thank you so much.
Any questions for Anjali? I know I have a couple, but does anyone have any questions? Okay. Anjali, quick question for you.
Yes.
Now with CTE, I know it's geared towards STEM majors, career-oriented majors, but are the career services that you guys offer open to all majors?
It's all AES degrees.
Okay.
Yes. So it's like medical assistant, a STEM, technical education majors within those.
Okay. Could we get a list of those so then we can share with the major? So then when we come across those students, then we know to refer them to RISE.
Yes, definitely. I can put some of those in the chat.
Great.
Any other questions?
Okay. Okay. No, I appreciate it. Thank you all. I think this sums everything up. So again, you'll be getting a recorded link after we're done with all three. So that'll be a little later on next week. And just keep a lookout for that. Our next meeting is on October 11th. And I'll be sending updates in between then and that. So have a great day, everyone. And thanks for coming. Hey, Mike.